All right, can you hear me, guys? All right, alhamdulillah. I don't know what happened. So, put my headphones up. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm gonna go get some shaay so you guys can check it out. What's going on? It's so small looking at my screen. Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam. There's a place in Egypt called Shubra too. XP9, I do like the Salaf do. I follow Ibn Qudama's opinion in these matters, and the early Hanbalis, not the later Hanbalis. We leave it to Allah. We affirm everything Allah said in His sitting down. We don't deny anything. وَلَا تَعْطِيل. But I consign the meaning to Allah. Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam. MashaAllah, guys. Make sure to vote in the poll. We got 20 votes right now. Make sure, and also I want you guys to tell me why you think it's close to being done and why you don't think it's close to being done. A thobe like mine. This is not a thobe. This is a jubbah with a hood. Okay, it almost looks like a Jedi night robe. This is my thobe, and then the jubbah is. But I have everything. I have everything tailored myself. So, because it's so much more cheaper here in Saudi Arabia and in Mecca and Medina. So, like, if you can, when you come, don't just come for Umrah. Come and try to find a tailor while you're here, and have them make you thobes, jubbas, all that kind of stuff. Here's my team. جزاك خير. أيوة. أيوة. كمان وموية واحدة. كرك. أيوة كرك وموية واحدة. بارد. شكرا. Cool, mashallah. Yeah, well, that's what it kind of looks like. I mean, I just wanted a jubbah that I can put over my thobes with the hood, and mashallah, this thing like is, I've done a couple videos with it. It's like super epic and big, but alhamdulillah. So we have 14 people saying no. So 86% say yes, it's close to being done. And 14 people say no, it's not close to being done. So I want to know, why do you think Zionism isn't finished? And those of you who say it is finished and it's going to be done, let me know why you think so. And I'm holding this in my hand, so sorry it's a little shaky. Yeah, I can't minimize it though. Oh, there we go. They have all the money in the world backing them. So that's why it's not close to being done. Got it. Welcome to all the newcomers. Dajal's not here yet. Okay. So, Jawad, you were saying that Zionism, now that it's already started, they're not going to give up until Dajjal arrives on the scene. Okay. I'm not going to tell y'all guys my opinion yet. Yes, free Palestine, mashallah. Free Palestine. And it's so amazing here, mashallah. Like, you go to the masajid, especially Mecca and Medina, and they are making dua for Palestine and qunut. Other masajid, you know, people are making, so a lot of people don't know this, maybe they think otherwise. You know, the imams, mashallah, are making dua for Palestine, and you know, it's really a lot of people. You can feel the love for Palestinians and the people and what they're going through here, mashallah. Yeah, I'm not in my suit right now because I'm chilling. And when I go out, if I'm just chilling, if I'm not gonna record, like I didn't plan on doing this. I'm not gonna wear my suit or my cowboy hat. I just wanna just chill, you know? Can't a cowboy just chill sometimes, man? I wanna just, you know, relax and, you know, not stand out, but then I guess with my Jedi robe, it still kind of stands out. But I like it because it's so comfortable, mashallah. It's cotton, but it's like it's like really, really soft cotton, mashallah. So, alhamdulillah. Dajjal already here. Well, where is he? We, the believers, just wait for Isa. No, before Isa is the Mahdi. 45 people, 42 votes. Cast your votes on polling. All right. We know from your shorts. I wear it to work because when I go to work and study and do, you know, I'm meeting with people. But if I'm just going out just to chill, if I'm not going to make a video, I don't wear it out. This is, yes, it's handmade. There's these Bengali brothers in Medina who will make this for you, man. So if anyone ever comes to Medina, let me know. I've got a tailor I'll send you to, inshallah. I'm here in Saudi right now. That's where I am. Being finished means the current Israeli state is going to be done away with. Maybe going back to the 1948 borders, very small, where Palestinians get their land back. That's what we're talking about. Like the greater Israel expansion project is what I'm talking about, like being completely finished. What do y'all think? MashaAllah. So guys, this is the karak shaay. MashaAllah. أنت من وين؟
ياسين.
ياسين؟
أيوة.
من فين؟ من أين أنت؟
ما في معلومة.
Pakistan, India, Bangladesh? Bangladesh. I told you guys these
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, mashallah, these guys, ahsan nas, mashallah, good character, and they make amazing karak shaay. So, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Welcome from Mesa, Arizona, Azam Kazmi, mashallah. Yemen's Sidr Honey, yeah, you have to, man. It's like everywhere. It's everywhere. Alhamdulillah. Mashallah, you're auntie age whippersnapper. SubhanAllah. I mean, may Allah accept all of our du'as. Happened to Sunnah in the Saddle. I just did one the other day. It's been a minute. The last one was what? Sleeping. Well, no, I've uploaded one this morning about being in the rain again, but it's not Sunnah in the Saddle. I will be doing some horse ridings where I'll actually be in the saddle, inshallah, but it sometimes takes a long time to get out to where the horses are, and you know, I don't have that luxury, and Fareed, mashallah, yeah, we take turns, bro. You know, someone's gotta keep the people occupied, right? Look, as Fareed said before, I'm gonna say this to you guys right now. If you don't feel like you gotta waste your time watching this, you know, if you got better things to do, like there are better things to do than watching me, go read some Quran, go memorize some Quran, go give some sadaqah, go call your parents, let your mom know how much you love her, do silatul rahim with more of your family, go to the gym and work out. You know, there's more things you can do. Go do them, right? But you know, if you don't have anything else to do and you've done all that and you want to sit somewhere, then hopefully we can bring some benefit. So I'm going to check out the poll. Fareed's phone died. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Ameen. Welcome, Salman ibn Muhammad. Wa alaikum salam, MD. So, I actually stopped watching you earlier because whenever you were talking about why do Jews spread it or accept it? I don't remember what you were asking. Pallywood so much. And I had to go pray Maghrib when you brought that up, so I didn't get to hear the rest of your thoughts on it. Because my opinion is that they're losing the propaganda war, and I see them as like the world's bully, right? They bully the U.S., they bully every country in the world. And I knew a bully, and I've said this on my last live stream I did. I knew this bully. His name was don't know if I should say his full name. No, we'll hide it because I want Allah to hide my bad deeds. I'll say his first name. His name was Ryan. And we would be in the hallway walking, okay? And he would walk right next to me. And there would be a girl walking this way towards us. And she would walk right here. And as she passed, he would grab her rear end, okay? He was a terrible guy, bad bully. And as soon as she turned around, he would look at me and say, "Brandon, what did you do that for?" And then I would get called in to the office. I'd be in trouble, etc., etc. But he did this for everything. He would punch people like in the back of their head and then blame it on another guy. And he just got so many people in trouble, and yet he was the one doing the act. So this is how I see Israel, right? Is that for hundreds of years, even before modern Zionism, these people, they do actions and then they blame other people on the own actions they do. So like when you see people like, Pamela Geller. I mean, Robert Spencer's a Christian, even though he comes from Jewish family roots. And he's Greek, but if you really look into him, he's got the same roots. But a lot of these people, a lot of, these Zionist Jews, they throw out every single thing about Islam. They're all the first ones to talk about how bad Islam is, child marriage, etc., 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 right? All down to all the misconceptions that you know. And yet, they have way worse that they not only, have in their books, but they accept and they practice. There are still Orthodox Jews in New York, in other parts of the United States, who practice marrying girls at the age of 3. See, because with Muslims, we have an idea of Adam and Muhakkama, right, in the Sharia, right? We have Urf, right? And the Urf of America is not to marry at the age of 9, right? Or as soon as a woman can be married, she can be married. But if there's something in the Urf, right, then this has some weight in the Sharia, in fiqh, right? You learn this in school, in university, and we learned this when I was in Mustawa Thani, right, in Kulliyat al-Sharia, a little bit in Mustawa al-Awwal, right, the first and second semester. But the Jews, they still practice this stuff. They still practice segregation completely of their women. If you go to New York, go to these Jewish neighborhoods, women can't even walk on the same side of the street as a man. Don't believe me? Go look. They have to walk on the other side of the street, and they have to shave their hair like me. Imagine a Brandon, female, right? Kind of gross. I know, but this is what they do, right? But we're so conditioned to having to defend ourselves all the time that there's not many Muslims who have kind of gone in and pointed the Jews out for, hey, they do it much worse. So that's what they are. They're the big bully. This is my opinion. So when they say Pallywood is dressing up and doing all this crisis actors, who started crisis acting? It was Jews. It was Hollywood. Hollywood people are the ones who do crisis actor type of scenarios. They're the ones who fake a lot of things, right? And so when they do something, they're the masters of it. So it's easy for them to blame others. And that's just my opinion. Okay, but I will say though, from the Jews that the former mandub of the American students in Medina University, he was from New York, and he knew the Orthodox Jews there, the Hasidic Jews, and he said they were the real ultra Orthodox. They're the best to deal with. They're the most cordial, right? They're the most respectful. They're the most trustworthy. Okay. And they hire Muslims. Muslims hire them for jobs. They live in the same neighborhoods, and they get along really well. But that's typically only the ultra-Orthodox Hasidic Jews, not the conservatives, definitely not the Reform and the liberals, because the Reform and the liberals are much more Zionist-oriented. Yeah, thank you, Elias. Yeah. All right, let's look. So we've got 79% say that Zionism is close to being finished. Yes, it's going to be done soon. And 21% is saying, no, it's not close to being finished. So I want to get your guys' opinions on why you think it's not close to being finished. So here, we're going to put this water here so I can set my phone down. But see, here's the thing. Ultra-Orthodox Jews are the extreme minority. So a lot of people don't recognize that. The majority of Jews are Reformed to secular. Then the next group is conservative. Then Orthodox, then ultra-Orthodox, Hasidic, and the other Orthodox factions. So, like when you look at Naturi Karta, right, which are the Hasidic Jews that are in support of Palestine, they come out to the marches, but unfortunately, there's just not that many of them. The overwhelming majority, 90% of Jews, support Israel. And it's because the same thing like Christians, right? They have had so much brainwashing for so long, and they put that victim mentality. We have to understand, why do they feel the way they do? Why do they say the things they do? It's because for millennia, not just tens of years, not just the last 100 years, not hundreds of years, for millennia, they have a passed down, it's a generational victim mentality. So every Jew, from the moment they're born in the womb, okay, until the moment that, you know, they die, they are told that the whole world wants to kill you, that you are the enemy of the world and you have to protect yourselves, live together, or else you'll be wiped out. It's this existential, right, victim mentality. And you only see people getting out of this the more religious they get. Like the ultra-Orthodox, they don't really have this. They still have that idea of unity, groupifying, living together, which is actually a good thing. But when it comes to the other body of Jews, they have this like collective mentality to where it doesn't matter if you're an atheist Jew who says Moses didn't even exist, right? You still absorb the mentality of, I'm Jewish because it's in my blood, even if it's not in their blood, even if they're Ashkenazi and they have no ties to the 12 tribes. They have absorbed and soaked up this mentality that our life is on the line, so if we don't cry and moan and complain and tell the whole world that, you know, the boogeyman is coming, then we'll just disappear like that. And maybe one of the reasons is because, I mean, for millennia, I mean, ever since the Ashkenazis have converted, you know, from their pagan religion to Judaism in Khazaria, which is like modern day Georgia, Caucasus region, they have not been a very big community. There's only 15 million worldwide today. That's Ashkenazi and Sephardic. And so they're not reproducing very much. Their numbers are always declining. They don't have babies. Not necessarily because of lack of trying. I mean, fornication is very rampant, and they're very big into abortions and birth control. So they're not big into procreating and reproducing, and that's just one of the traits that they have. So there's a lot of aspects, and I think because of that victim mentality, they're so quick to lash out, and they have to do their programs, or else they feel like they'll end up losing control, losing power. And it comes back to control. I mean, you can psychoanalyze it all you want. I've been reading comments. So, Dia Andrestia. I don't understand why in the Quran in Surah 3 it says Allah لِلْأَحْلِ لَكُمْ بَعْدَ الَّذِي حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ. I don't know what you're saying. I don't even know if you quoted the verse right. I don't know. Saying Allah changes his mind. Allah, that's not befitting of his nature for you to say that. Allah doesn't necessarily change his mind. Everything that he has ever planned has always been planned. وَلَا تَبْدُوا تَبْدِيلًا, right? وَمَا بَدَّلُوا تَبْدِيلًا, right? And he doesn't change in his plan even in the slightest. He doesn't alter the alteration at whatsoever. So everything that Allah wrote to happen would happen. When Allah knew that when see that? The lights went out, mashallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So here's the masjid, mashallah. Here's the tea shop, right across from each other. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
أشهد أن لا
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. السلام عليكم.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
أشهد أن محمد رسول الله.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
أشهد أن محمد رسول الله.
حي على الصلاة.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
حي على الصلاة.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
حي على الفلاح.
I gotta pay the bill real quick. 1 second.
حي
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
على الفلاح.
Who is?
كويس. الله أكبر الله أكبر.
لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة صلاة قائمة آت محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. Alhamdulillah, guys. That was the adhan, mashallah. That was great. Alhamdulillah. Let's see what y'all got to say now. Yeah, it does befit. Yeah, thank you, Rabat. Like, that's what I was saying. When God has all this planned, He planned during the time of Moses. He knew that the children of Israel were going to commit all these sins. And so He knew that He was going to make things haram on them that were previous halal. And He knew when the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would come along, that we would be so good and so beloved to Him that He would make halal for us what was made haram. So Allah can change His laws, His sharia. Okay, that's something very important to know. One day something can be prohibited, the next day it can be permissible. This isn't Allah changing His mind, okay? Because this is why you have to fix the way that you use your words. And that's why it's more dangerous to talk in English, because you can end up doing kufr with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah didn't change His mind. He always knew that something was going to be halal and then it was going to be haram. And it's all part of His plan. This is how we have to understand. And this is the sixth pillar of Iman. If you don't have this, it's the belief in Qadr. Like that Allah has known everything from the beginning to the end. And it's all part of His plan. And if we don't believe in that, we can't be Muslim. Subhanallah. Yeah, we're given free will for our own actions. Limited will, not free will. Limited will. Because I can want to jump over that building, right? But I can't do it. I can't jump over that building. So I have limited ability to choose. So within the grand scheme, we have like, it's you know, this linear from the time we're born to the time we die. And at different points, we have choices that we have to make. We choose this, it goes this way, right? We choose that, it goes this way, right? And Allah knows this point and this point. We don't know, but we still have to choose when those options come. Am I going to sin here or am I going to follow Allah? Am I going to believe or am I going to disbelieve? We have the choice. Allah has the knowledge. I'm not gonna get into Sneeko's heart, bro. It's not for me to look into. It's not for me to decide. No, it's Isha, not Maghrib. And we have 25 minutes. This masjid doesn't pray for 25 minutes until the Iqamah. So we got a little bit of time. And it's right across the street. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It's not compulsory for every Muslim to get married, but the Prophet ﷺ said, "Who doesn't get married is not from me." He says this in other things and it's haram, but when he says it here, it's not haram, right? It's just sunnah muakkada, right? It's such a high sunnah. Like, you shouldn't not get married. You really should get married. So I suggest getting married as early as you can. If you're 14 years old and you have the ability to get married, even if you're still living with your parents, right, and she still lives with her parents, just so that you stay away from fitna, I am completely for telling people to get married as soon as they hit puberty and they're mentally and physically ready and they have those shahawat. Do not make your kids wait 10 more years till they're 24 years old and then they've now maybe kissed girls, you know, done smaller levels of sex, right, or even committed full-on zina, right? Don't let that happen, because zina is so widespread amongst Muslims in America and all over the world, because we are making them wait till they're 30 years old. I mean, there was a sister, she was 35 when she got married. Her father passed away. Her mother said, "Oh, why are you getting married so early? You know, work a few more years, wait till you're 40 years old." Dude, 35 years old is geriatric pregnancy. I mean, this is insane. Like, this is, you know, wrong. It's a dhulm on the children to make them wait so long to get married. And it's a big musibah. Get married ASAP, guys. 13, 14 years old, no big deal. Quote me, put this on the internet, Christians, I don't care. As long as you're of mental, you know, soundness, physical ability, right? And it's, you know, within your urf, and that's no big deal, then go ahead and get married. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm in the blessed land, alhamdulillah. Quran 5:51. وَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا الْيَهُودَ وَالنَّصَارَى. Is that the verse you're talking about? It prohibits. No, because you can make contracts and treaties. That verse was revealed. The Prophet ﷺ had contracts and treaties with Jews and Christians. It means don't take them. Awliya, right? Awliya means like a close friend. Like what's a wali of Allah? A wali of Allah is like a trusted advisor, a trusted associate, someone that you are a true good friend with. You can't make a Jew or Christian your best friend. That's haram, completely haram. You can be friends, acquaintances with them, keep them at arm's length distance, but you can't have them as guardians over you. You can't have them as people who you are very intimate and you tell them your deep secrets with. You can't do that. That's haram. Because why? It's to protect the mu'min. Because you can't fully trust. Yes, there are trustworthy. Allah even says in the Quran, there are people from Ahlul Kitab, Jews and Christians, who, you know, you can give them money and that they will make sure that no matter what, they pay it back exactly as it was lent to them, so on and so forth. But for the protection of Muslims, and also a wali is someone, for like a woman, her wali is her guardian. Like a non-Muslim cannot be a guardian, you know, over a Muslim. And this has a spiritual ramification as well, not just a physical dunyawi ramification. Yeah, he wants to get married. Someone help him get married. I mean. The Islamic University of Medina, alhamdulillah, I was there for 4 years. I point out Zionism, yeah. Go watch my other videos, guys. If you haven't seen them yet, go check out my videos on Zionism. Favorite dish. If you want my favorite Saudi dish, I mean, everyone says kebsa. There was this one that I had that was really, really good. I don't remember the name of it. It had some tomato, some okra, like meat chunks in there. And then there's this Yemeni dish that is also kind of Saudi. They call it Burma, shurba Burma, right? Like Burma, from Burma, Burmese. But it's like a Yemeni shaybani dish, and it's this soup that is just out of this world insane. And then it's like got this big lamb bone, and it's got the bone marrow in there, and then the lamb meat in the shorba. And I mean, it's crazy out of this world. Alhamdulillah. Because how do they have so much faith? Because Allah has put that faith in them, and they are a people. Because see, here's the thing, not all Palestinians are the same. There's many Palestinians who live in other parts of Palestine that are very far away, that curse Allah, that are very, you know, hum yattakhidun al-yahud, right? Awliya. They take the Zionists as awliya, right? And they're like, we're on your team, blah, blah, blah. It's the people in this place in Gaza, right? There's even hadith from the Prophet ﷺ about the people who are in Gaza and Jerusalem, that they are their iman is like no other. Nobody on the face of the earth has the iman like the people of this area, right? So this is just a sifa that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told the Prophet to tell us in an authentic hadith that these people are always going to be on the haqq. Always. And this is the words of the Prophet from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, yeah, we've got some mods. Santisa George, mental lunatic asylum. Oh, so they let y'all have phones in your mental asylums there in America? I thought y'all weren't allowed to have phones. Interesting. Askalan. Beast Killer, how would you leave Islam? Why? I hope no one leaves Islam. A worse life. How I still understand why some people got to hear about Islam and some others don't. This is the qadr of Allah. You don't need to understand what others happens to. You will not be questioned about what Allah does or what other people do. On the day of judgment, you will only be questioned about what you did. So don't worry about, well, I don't know why this guy's not getting the message and why he's mean. Look, you focus on what you need to do. If something happens, if you see something bad happening in the street, someone's harming another person, you're going to be asked about, did you try to stop it or not? You're not going to be asked, why did that guy start it? Why did that guy receive it? What's their backstory? See, a lot of people, they get so caught up in asking why about completely worthless questions. And I don't mean it to be rude. It's a waste of time to even ask the question, okay? You need to focus on what you've been given, because you have to understand that Allah is the most just. He won't harm anyone. He won't even harm Pharaoh, right? He won't do him unjustly. Every punishment for the punished is deserving. And every reward for those who are rewarded is deserving based on Allah's mercy. So once you understand that, okay, I believe God is the most just, then why people get this, they don't get that. Some people are going to get questioned on the day of judgment, and they'll be tested there since they didn't get tested here. That's not up to you to decide it, to even worry about it. It's a waste of your time. How do you feel about Pasker's bet? No idea. Sheikh Ibn Arabi. Ibn Arabi or Ibn al-Arabi, right? If you're talking about Ibn al-Arabi, right, he was a great Maliki scholar. Ibn Arabi, the other one, if he wrote Al-Fusus, this is not even gonna go there. It's, he said Pharaoh, in Fusus, right? It says Pharaoh had the most iman out of all mankind. Okay, all right. So, but a lot of people say, well, Fusus was written by somebody after he died and attributed to him from his enemies. Allahu alam. But there are other contemporaries of his, other ulama, I believe Ibn Taymiyyah, other scholars who said that he did write it, he did do these things and say these things, and Allah knows best. So, taking a PhD. So, I don't care about being called an alim. So, I only care. The only reason I came to the Islamic University of Medina, guys, wallahi, it was not to get a degree. It was for two reasons. Well, three. One of which I'll tell everybody later. It's a big secret. First one is to be in the city of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's no more blessed, from the opinion that I take, city in the whole world than in Medina, more than Mecca. The reward of salah is greater in Mecca. But I believe that the best place on earth is Al-Madinatul Munawwara. Right? Umar bin Khattab had this opinion as well. So I wanted to be there because your good deeds are more rewarded, and your bad deeds are also more heavier on the scale as well. And then the second reason, why did I seek knowledge? Because you can go anywhere. I don't have to go to Medina to get a degree. I wanted to seek knowledge and go to where I had access to ulama for one reason, to get close to Allah. That's why I seek knowledge. So whether I'm in a university, outside of a university, getting a degree, this degree, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to get close to Allah, and I want to do my part of calling people back to Allah, especially people from back where I'm from, right, in the country, the South. People who had, I can reach them because they're not going to listen to anyone else. Like my parents, even if you had a perfect English, American, Southern accent or a British accent, just having brown or black skin, people like those people where I'm back home from, they won't listen to you just because of the color of your skin or because you are not from their community. It's that bad. So if I can just break through to them, get them to see that, look, this is not this otherized, other people religion, that it is for everybody, then I've done my job. Okay, and so I want to call to my people. I don't care about being some alim or anything like that. Look, Asim al-Hakim said it best. It's each person has their choice, and others, you know, Dr. Shadi and do what you can. And someone asked me yesterday, they're like, you know, someone told me you either have to boycott everything or you can't boycott anything or else you're a hypocrite. It's like, no, you're not a hypocrite. It's the same thing like telling somebody, well, they were completely not practicing, they weren't praying, they were drinking alcohol, they were committing zina, they had riba, and it's like saying, well, you have to quit everything all at once or you're a hypocrite. Because someone's like, okay, well, I'm going to stop committing zina now, and then, you know, they're going to take it step by step. This is nonsense, this is garbage. The fuqaha have said that, you know, this is not how you practice Islam. You do what you can while you can. So say you have an iPhone, right? And Apple supports Israel. And someone's like, oh, you're still supporting. Well, you bought it before you knew that they supported Israel. So it's not like you're currently giving them money too. And so they're like, oh, you got to throw your phone away and you can't go boycott this other stuff. No, you can boycott what you want as you want, right? In your own pace. And don't listen to what anyone else tells you. So do your best. And the key is to have intention, right? To hurt the people where their pockets, because see, they don't have iman. Their iman is in their pocketbook. So if you can hurt them in their pocketbook, then the Zionist entity, you know, is going to take more notice of that, because they don't believe in Allah, right? They don't worship God. And even if some of them are quote unquote sort of religious, they're like, you know, David Wood and, you know, Ayan Hirsi Ali, right? They're atheistianity, right? They really don't believe in God. They just use it as a convenient tool. Okay, I don't care about Pascal's wager. I'm not gonna get into that right now. Ford cars. Look it up to it. Like, make sure. Don't just say I heard this. Double check and find out what's what. That's all you got to know. There are good books. Start with Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. That is amazing for beginners. I started with that in Egypt. I did it here when I came to Medina. Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk is an amazing starter book for beginners looking to Arabic. And I have a really good friend, and I don't get commissions for this stuff. He has a website that's one-on-one English, Arabic speaking, but it's Arabic immersion, right? And it's called mymuallim.net. That's mymuallim.net. mymuallim.net. One-on-one Arabic, and it's really cheap, cheaper than most other online Arabic courses. And they also they give ijazat for Islamic studies, and they could do Quran teaching for your kids. And I mean, they're amazing. The teachers are so good. And they usually say that within 2 years, you can go from 0 to 70% understanding the Quran in 2 years. And that just depends on how much you work at it. All right, got a few more minutes. I'm going to go pray. A few more questions. Allah is the blessed planner, alhamdulillah. If you say, I've been studying Arabic, you know, since I converted, right? When I learned the alphabet, etc., which is 10 years. Studying hardcore, 4 years. I didn't complete the Bayna Yadayk series because it wasn't part of the curriculum. I was just doing it supplementary. Yeah, it's hard to sleep, and it like makes you all like torn up. All right, guys. I'm gonna start walking. I think we got a few more minutes to the Iqamah, but I want to be there for Tahiyatul the opening takbir. Jazak khair, guys. I hope y'all like this. Yeah, the masjid's really nice, mashallah. Pretty big. Mi'na that. Mi'dana. Not mi'na. Yeah, mi'dana. Mi'dana. Outside non-Muslim source. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. All right, guys, that's it. I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this 40-minute stream. May Allah allow us to benefit. Go check out my videos on Zionism. They're being shadow banned. So if y'all can, post them in WhatsApp groups. I spent a lot of time collecting information and doing research on them. I've got another part 2 to Christian Zionism coming out. So please go share those Zionist videos that I did and my replies to the Zionist Christians. And may Allah bless all of you. أحبكم في الله. إن شاء الله نراكم على خير بإذن الله تعالى. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. في أمان الله.